this chapter of One Piece was surprisingly early, but I did do a lot of reaction to this, but I decided to hold off and to do the review. But that said, I don't know about you guys, but Zoe personally is becoming one of my, if not the best personal arc since post time skip. So, and the setup from a story progression standpoint and the setup standpoint, especially the setup in this chapter, holy god. Okay, let me go into the start of the chapter. We get to see Inuyasha talking with Luffy about, oh, this Straw Hat reminds me of Red Hat Shanks. Of course, personally, I would prefer the flashback, but that's just me. And he said we get to learn more about the legends, more of Goldie Roger's crew, and more importantly, we get to know that Crocus was also part of Goldie Roger's crew, which I don't think it's surprising, but it's certainly interesting. And also the Nami just confront the situation about the log post doesn't mean shit, but they are headed on the right direction. So, and also the second biggest part of the chapter, obviously, is the split now and the separation between the Straw Hats. Now, let's be honest, we all knew this was coming, and I don't want to go on and about how the order of which Straw Hats go because I said it from the start, but now it's pretty much set in stone. You have Team Luffy on one side, you have Team Zoro on the other. I'm assuming whatever happens with Jack attacking the island by the end of this chapter, Team Zoro is gonna have to deal with it, because if Luffy gets put on, if Luffy stops and deals with the situation between Sanji and the year of Sanji and Big Whole Cake Island gets put on hold. So that can't happen. I can see Zoro and the rest of the crew, and that's another thing. Will this actually turn into a fight? I'm going to give you some of my theories at the end. Personally, I'm not too sure, because first I thought, okay, Zoro versus Jack, but then I thought about it, it's like, no, because even though Jack is overpowered as fuck, the odds are really against Jack at this, because you have Law there, you have Zoro there, and you have Nekomashi and Inuyasha there, you have the rest of the Straw Hats, you have the Heart Pirates there. So, like I said, the odds are stacked against Jack. So, let's say if the fight does happen, then Jack gets taken out. I'm not saying straight away, but eventually, once that's accomplished, I think then would have cut to where Luffy are going to Whole Cake Island. Maybe. I'm not too sure. If that's how things work out, that would make more sense, because the story doesn't get put on hold and we get to see an epic fight between Zoro and Jack. Do you think it's going to be one-on-one, or do you think Jack is going to be reckless? Because technically speaking, I'm guessing Jack doesn't know the Straw Hats are on Zoe, because he's attempted to blow it up. I don't know if he's going to be successful, but like I said during the live reaction, the damage he causes Sunisha, it could cause some major eruptions that fuck up a lot of Devil Fruit users with the water and everything. So maybe that'll, maybe not actually take them out, but maybe it'll actually separate some of the Straw Hats all over Zoe, and Zoro is the one that actually has to fight Jack solo. That could happen, but right now it's just, I mean, there's a number of different scenarios that could happen. But anyway, we get to find out that Met Rayleigh, obviously Goldie Roger's crew. We also get to find out we also knew about a pirate, perhaps you heard of him, of Whitebeard. So they came into contact with Whitebeard, which doesn't really surprise me, considering he did say that the One Piece exists before he died. So I mean, that kind of works itself out a little bit. Also, there were shots when they learned about Brook's crew being taken out. Obviously, I'm not sure why. Also, we get the shipwright from Frankie's flashback. Tom was it also mentioned in this as well. But and there was talking casually like it wasn't that big of a deal, but getting to know they actually interacted with the Goldie Roger's crew and Whitebeard's crew. And by the way, we get to find out that the samurai actually interacted with Whitebeard's crew, and we get to learn a bit more about Wano. As interacting with pirates is strictly forbidden. They're not cool with the pirates, so if you get mixed in like they did, then you kind of led us as fugitives and banished. I'm guessing. I mean, and maybe that's why the reason why, you know, Lord Odin was like executed by, and Momonosuke's mum, by the way, was executed by Kaido, overruled by the Shogun. I still think there's some shady shit going on there, because they said that they don't believe in interacting with pirates, although I think the translation I read said that Lord Odin was trying to change that. So, but I don't know, maybe letting a pirate like Kaido dictate your Shogun isn't really exactly the best idea. Like I said, there's some shady shit going on, perhaps more so than what happened with Doflamingo with Dressrosa, which is saying a lot. Anyway, and the second part of the chapter, to me, one of the most information business news we've got post time skip is we get to learn that the samurai are looking for another ally to help them in the system in the war against Kaido. We get to find out they're looking for Whitebeard's Marco of the Phoenix. So now we also get to learn that apparently, and this came from Robin, she said apparently it's shortly after the Marineford War. Apparently, Marco tried to take on a Blackbeard, and apparently what was called the payback war. I think that's what it said. Apparently, it didn't end well for Marco. He got crushed. So, and there's another thing that just hypes the fuck out of Blackbeard with his upcoming fight with the revolutionaries. Now, I don't know about you, but how shortly after was this fight, after Marineford? Was it like a... Because if you remember, Blackbeard was incapable of controlling Whitebeard's Devil Fruit on his own Devil Fruit. We've seen that. So if that happened then, and he already took out Marco, and we get to find out that's how actually became a Yonko. I mean, that's like holy shit, and that's like 2 years later. I mean, the odds are stacked. I mean, maybe this gives Blackbeard a little bit of leverage going into that fight with Monkey D. Dragon. Just saying, but I think all those comments that say, oh, Dragon's going to wipe the floor with Blackbeard are going to have to die down a little bit, because the way Blackbeard was being hyped up now, and the fact that the Minks, there's 3 teams now, because you have Team Mink looking for Marco to assist him in the fight against Kaido. But personally, I think this kind of circles around, this brings in Weeble a little bit, because he's targeting Marco as well, and we know he's looking for Luffy to get that bit of information. So I don't know if that's conversation going to happen before or after Whole Cake Island, but you know, the allies that Luffy's got right now, and we should have assumed that the Whitebeard pirates were going to come back into play, but I didn't think they was going to come back into play until the final battle with Blackbeard. But now this sets an interesting dynamic, and they actually do say, oh, we got some idea of where Marco has ended up. So could it be possible that he might actually head into the Revolutionary HQ while that war's taking place? Or will it, we will get to him first? I don't know personally. I mean, the allies though, you got the Ninja Pirate Mink Alliance, you got the Straw Hat Fleet, you got the Whitebeard crew led by Marco as allies. The only thing missing from this bitch is Shanks, and you got an all-star team ready to take on Kaido. It's pretty much set in stone, although we don't know where Shanks is. We do know he's being targeted by Kid though. That may also come into play a bit soon as well, sooner rather than later perhaps. But this also contradicts the theory I have said. Whatever happens now at Zoe with Zoro, Team Zoro and Jack, I think we're going to move on then to Whole Cake Island. But I think after that we're not get to see Team Zoro at least until next year, because the way it's not going to be a walk in the park for Luffy to walk into Whole Cake Island. By the way, with Nami, Brook, Chopper, predictable, but it's kind of cool because the characters that got left out of Dressrosa are being brought back to help Luffy bring back Sanji, which kind of gives them a chance to shine. Maybe we'll get to see Nakama power-ups for the rest of the crew. I mean, we did get to see Usopp wake an observation Haki. So, see Zoro use Armament Haki for the first time against Pika. So, the other thing we didn't get, the only person that did get a power-up, or may get a power-up in the future, is Robin. But, I mean, they're going to Wano anyway, so. And also, Frankie's gone with them alongside Law, so that's pretty much a badass team in itself. Now, the thing about the Poneglyph, and I thought Robin might actually end up going with them. No, she's going to Wano to locate the Poneglyph that Kaido has, and she said to Luffy, "Could you make a note of the copy of the Poneglyph?" Now, I'm assuming that's the Poneglyph that Jinbei's bringing in, otherwise that makes no sense, because it's not like Big Mom's going to let Luffy stroll around Whole Cake Island looking for a Poneglyph. And the same thing with Kaido. I do have a couple of scenarios of how this plays out, but if they're looking for the Poneglyph, it's not like Kaido's going to let them stroll around Wano. But anyway, this is a masterpiece of a chapter. Set up. We are on hiatus next week, but I think Oda deserves it, because the previous 3 chapters and this, by far, some of the best chapters we've had in One Piece period. So I don't know what's going to happen next, but I do know it's going to be hype as hell. The setup's there, the hype bar has been raised. Let me know your thoughts down below. That's going to do it for this review. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Let me know your comments down below. I can think we all agree that once we come back from the break, 1 week hiatus, I think that the shit's really going to hit the fan then. Can't wait to subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.